People are more scared of running out of money than death. Yikes! That's a big statement. This is all from a new study by Allianz, or is it Allianz? I'm not sure. Guys, leave me comments. What is your biggest retirement fear? Is it running out of money? Is it not living too long? Let me know. What is your biggest retirement fear? I've got a bunch of stats for you here that are very interesting. So, from this new study by Allianz, 64% worry more about running out of money than death. That's a big, dare I say, huge number, 64%. Guys, that tells you right there. What is it about retirement? People have not saved enough money to feel comfortable, right? 62% say they are not saving enough for retirement. Now, this survey covered not just retired people, but people that are saving for retirement. 54% says inflation contributes to this mindset. Inflation, not that bad now, but look back, what, a year ago? 2 years ago? Year and a half? It was pretty bad, right? So inflation, you never know. Your investments have to at least keep up with inflation. 43% says Social Security is not going to be enough. Okay, now Social Security was never meant to cover all your retirement expenses, but when it was created back by FDR back in the 30s, it was meant to supplement, to help you get through retirement, not cover everything. But let's say even if these respondents have that mindset, they say it's not going to be enough, okay? And 43% on this survey say their biggest fear is high taxes. What can you do about that? I don't know. You tell me. Hey, for those of you who see me for the first time, my name is Duane, and this is a channel for retiring on moderate income. If you think I might like that, think about subscribing and like the video as well. I don't have my retirement vodka out here for me, so you're going to have to deal with my 16-year-old going through puberty Duane today, I guess. So here's a bunch more stats for you. The people that are worried about running out of money, how are they split up by generation? 70% of Gen Xers say they're worried about running out of money. Huge number, dare I say huge. Again, 66% of millennials say they're worried about running out of money. 61% of boomers say they're worried of running out of money. Kind of makes sense, the ones that are still saving for retirement, especially with all the upheaval lately. Yeah, they're worried. There's a bunch of changes. Crazy fluctuations in the stock market. I would be unnerved about that too. But guys, especially those of you in retirement, if you are confident in your savings plan, stick with it. We'll get through anything. Look what happened in early April with those huge, 1,200, 1,500 point drop in the stock market in one day. Maybe it was 1,000. We got through it, right? We got through it. Now, of those people that are worried of running out of money more than they are of death, only 23% have talked to a financial professional about their fear of running out of money. This is down from 28% in 2024. Yeah, that's low, right? I mean, if you're going to go through a financial advisor, a retirement planner, don't you think you'd want to let them know? That's your biggest fear. 23% are talking to them about this. Now, out of those 23% that have talked about running out of money to a professional, how are that split up by race? 34% of Asian Americans have talked about this. 28% of African Americans have talked about this fear to their financial advisor. 25% of Hispanics and only 22% of white Americans have talked to their financial advisor about their fear of running out of money. It's so much of a fear that it's more than a fear of death for them. So how do we combat this? Now, this is also from the survey, okay? Number one, 44% of respondents said they need to increase their retirement savings. Makes sense, right? And for those of you in your 50s, guys, I sure hope that you're taking advantage of that catch-up law, where you can put more money into your 401k and IRA than you could when you were under 50 years old. That can really add up, right? Let's say you start doing it at 50. By the time you're 57, 58, look at your balance. Compare it to where it would have been if you didn't have those catch-up contributions, right? That can make a big difference. Number two, how to combat this from the survey. 41% says reduce their current spending. Okay, good idea. Now, you know what? Another good idea is if you're close to retirement, take like a trial retirement budget run. Okay? Try living on what you think you'll need to live on in retirement for 2-3 months. See how that goes for you. Okay, 41% said reduce current spending. That is the optimal way of doing that. You can give it a trial run before you get into retirement, so it'll tell you, okay, I need to spend a little bit more, or I'll probably can actually spend less. Give it a trial run, see how it goes. And 39%, how to combat this, said work longer. Okay, that can be an option as well, especially if you love your job. Man, I'm telling you, as I've said on this channel before, if I still had my music industry job, you know, up until when I retired, I would not have retired on my 59th birthday in 2021. I got laid off years before that. Last 3 jobs, I couldn't stand. I had them each for like a couple years. Couldn't stand them. Here's one thing about the entertainment industry, guys. It spoils you for the regular American job, let's say. It spoils you for like 95% of jobs out there because it's the real world, but it's fun. You know, my whole thing with music was, the reason I loved being in the music industry, because music is an emotional product. And if I could put that out to the public, it made my day. When you're sad, you put on music. When you're happy, you put on music. It's an emotional product. It affects people. So, yeah, I was spoiled by 20 years in the music industry. Now, what are the factors that keep Americans from saving for retirement? I got 3 different factors here from the same survey. Great survey, right? Giving us a lot of information here. 63% said day-to-day expenses are preventing them from saving for retirement. Okay, I get it. You know, let's say you have a couple kids. You have another child that is going to be born in 6 months that you were not expecting. I can get that. That would throw a crimp into your retirement savings, right? For the people with just normal day-to-day expenses, well, what's the answer for that? Be aware of lifestyle creep. What is that? My 16-year-old Duane says, that is when you get a raise, you get a promotion, you know, you start spending more. You get used to that level. The next promotion, next raise, you start even spending more. You get used to that level. Try going back to your previous revision or 2 revisions before that. Once you've got used to the spending at that level, it's tough. It's not an easy thing to do. Lifestyle creep. The second factor that keeps Americans from saving for retirement, 40% said credit card debt. Yeah, I get it. I get it, right? Guys, pay those off monthly or every 2 months if you can. If you can't do it monthly, I mean, just look at the interest rates on credit cards, right? You don't want that balance to sit around and become this humongous monster after a couple years. Yeah, I can see where that would hinder your retirement savings. And number 3, 35% says housing debt is preventing them from saving for retirement. What's housing debt? Mortgage, rent. Okay, again, lifestyle creep, right? You get a big promotion, you get a bigger house, or you get a much nicer apartment in a better part of town with a view. Yeah, lifestyle creep. So, guys, all these things that are keeping America from saving, I think you can boil it down to lifestyle creep. Live within your means. It's the smartest thing I think I can say in this whole video. Live within your means. Don't get carried away. You get that raise, you get that promotion, you start spending more until you become used to it. And that happens quickly. I've been there, believe me. So guys, if you can live, within your means, prevent lifestyle creep, that can affect a lot of this. All right. So there you go, guys. New study by, let's say, Allianz. It sounds so more sophisticated, so more shishi. And as always, from the lovely high desert, where today it's going to be about 92. It's already about 83, so I'm sweating through my hat. We got this.